Gracie Spinks was brutally stabbed by a man, a former colleague, that she'd reported to police for stalking her.
I called it off because I didn't have no feelings for him. And then he became obsessed with me and wouldn't leave me alone, and basically loads of things happened. And then on the 4th of January, before work, he was sat waiting at my horse's field, waiting for me to go there, which scared me a lot.
The 23-year-old died just months later, killed by Michael Sellers at the stables where Gracie kept her horse. Sellers took his own life later that day. Now, more than 2 years later, an inquest has heard about what Derbyshire police officers did or didn't do. The jury were asked to consider two major police actions. First, their response to that call that Gracie made to them in February 2021. And secondly, their response to a bag of offensive weapons found close to the stables where Gracie was later killed. And that bag contained things such as a knife, an axe and a note that said the words, "Don't lie." In front of Gracie's heartbroken family, the jury found in both events the police hadn't done enough to investigate. Sellers was deemed low risk. The bag, which also contained Viagra tablets, dismissed and destroyed.
The police officers involved in Gracie's case drove a coach and horses through the concept of basic policing and common sense, ignoring the obvious risks, investigating absolutely nothing, and recording absolutely nothing. If this is the prevailing culture at Derbyshire Constabulary, then this is not a handful of bad apples, but the entire rotten orchard.
Today, police apologised.
But simply, as a force, we failed Gracie. And for that, I can only offer my own and the force's most sincere apologies.
The 5 officers involved in the case have been sanctioned but continue to be on the force, which says since Gracie's death that it's appointed a stalking coordinator. Gracie's family say it still isn't enough, but it's a start that all victims deserve.
I'd like to think that Gracie will make some changes across all the police forces eventually in this country, so they all do the same thing and they all deal with stalking in the same way, with proper training first of all, and advocates in place to deal with stalking complaints, and a coordinator to coordinate that. So I want to make some changes in Gracie's name. If we could call it Gracie's Law, Gracie's Change, whatever, that's how I'd like her to be remembered, and then her death wouldn't have been in vain.
In moments like this, we often hear the phrase, lessons will be learnt. In the wake of such tragedy, Gracie's family hope they are. Katerina Vittozzi, Sky News in Chesterfield.